social, a lot of renewed hopium in the market.
Yes.
But let's start. How's your holiday?
Nice. It was good. It was pretty much the same as we're sitting right now.
Yeah?
The sun.
Yeah. I like
Enjoying the sun. Was like 21, 22 degrees. A little bit of wind. But it was to Fuerteventura, so the Canary Islands. Had a great time. And it was, for the first time since a long time that I was still busy with the company and still doing the things that mattered. But I was finally having a moment where I thought, okay, I'm not opening X again or looking at all the AI stuff that's happening, where I had FOMO to create this, to do this. So I was still busy with all the stuff that we do, but a lot more relaxing, a lot more calm.
Yeah?
Which felt nice, to be honest.
Yeah, can imagine.
Yeah.
Do you feel more rested now?
No.
No? How come?
The moment you get back is literally 15 minutes and then it's over again.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. But I mean, obviously 2 little kids that I've got. So it's, a holiday is always a bit different with children than having a holiday that, how it used to be. So, I always used to say, okay, whenever we come back from a holiday, we need another holiday.
Yeah.
But that's, exaggerated. So that's not the case. But it's, rested, had a good time, enjoyed the pool, had some drinks, had some dinner, and then, had a good time.
Nice.
What about you? You did anything fun? What about the weather? I mean, now the weather is finally, we're getting spring soon.
It's nice. It's nice to be, it's so Dutch, but it's so nice to be on my bike.
Yeah.
When I bike home, it's not like big dark.
Yeah.
Sometimes though, but when it's late.
Remember the touching grass in the snow?
Yeah. Different times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're sitting freezing our asses off.
Yeah.
Now it's finally spring, feeling good. So it's opium.
Yeah, opium. Marked, we saw some relief.
Yeah.
We saw some tokens like running. I think touted super well, 150 to around 300, so 2x. We saw a lot of hype.
Yeah, Hyperliquid.
Yeah.
Long one.
I think we talked about it in the last
podcast episode, I think.
Yeah, and also the touching grass. We were comparing because OKX had their IPO, 25 bill. We were talking about hype as a play at 8 bill, buying it.
Yeah.
It's been going from $30 for 42.
Yeah.
Thoughts on that?
Yeah. I mean, I think right now, if I were to choose one token to invest in with an entire portfolio, I would go into hype.
Okay.
Altcoin wise, I mean, Bitcoin is still, like we said, we need to start DCAing slowly into Bitcoin. But it feels as if Ethereum is still, it's been showing some strength, but it's still lacking a bit. But hype seems to be an obvious play. And like you said, I mean, OKX was valued at 25 billion, if I'm correctly.
Yeah.
Hype now being at like 10 billion-ish.
Yeah.
Even comparing those two would already be at 2.5x from just OKX. So, imagine all the other ones added up. So it seems like a logical play if you want to be in a high cap altcoin.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, I do have to say hopium. We had some hopium. Yeah. But it's also, feels a bit as if it's hopium that's going to get vanished within days.
Yeah. If it's,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, if it's like the previous rallies, yes. We of course have a lot of the macro, especially oil, the oil Iran problem.
World. I mean, it's,
So that's my biggest honest bet. Yeah, it feels like very a weak move still. But it's also because we are now
a bit messed up.
Super pinned on every time we go up. The next 3 days we go
down.
Harder down. So
you've got used to it.
Yeah, you get used to it. Yeah. Things going down. It's weird when things go up for a few days.
Yeah.
I did, I don't know if you noticed, if you had this too, I did talk the most about tokens this week than I did in the last period. So my interest got pulled back a bit.
You mean talking about crypto again?
Yeah, and looking into projects, looking into things like...
I don't have that.
You have 0?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Did you feel any FOMO then when you saw price go up?
No.
Oh wow! You were fully disconnected. Yeah. Good. Okay.
No, I mean I get what you're saying, and obviously we're all in the office. So if you're talking about crypto again, and I feel it's obviously I find it interesting. So obviously you go back a bit and you look and blah blah blah. But I can't say that I'm having any FOMO or thinking, okay, we now need to fully dive into this meme coin or this token because maybe we have some volume happening. Not at all.
Yeah. That's okay. Interesting. But
I mean, the company, don't get me wrong, we are a crypto company, so obviously we're still in crypto. So I still see a lot of things happening in crypto. We talk about a lot of tokens on X, on YouTube, and you name it. So we are still talking about it, obviously. But definitely not that I have to say, okay, for the last week or 2 weeks, I've had more interest in crypto again compared to 3 months ago, 4 months ago, 5 months ago.
Yeah.
No, still heavily focused on AI at the moment.
Yeah.
You?
Yeah, but also for the renewed things with trading, I now have like agents doing a lot of research and stuff. So it's more like, okay, everything we did in the last years, we built so much context and knowledge about how to trade things, what are nice opportunities, when do we trade them, all these things. And I feel like now I just want to have them all like up and running with AI agents and a code base.
Now it allows you to create them.
Yeah, to build it.
Build it. Where we had the thoughts and the ideas a year ago, but it was very hard to create. Now with AI, it's a lot easier to create them.
Yeah, very easy.
That's also something to...
How are you following the AI?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, during the holiday, I finally had a moment where I wasn't having any FOMO with something new happening with AI or a new project or whatever. So that was nice. We've been building out quite a bit of, ideas and companies that we have in our heads. And we're slowly getting there to actually make it go live, go to market.
Yep.
I'm very excited for that because you can, we're busy with quite a bit of time building. You can do so much designing, so much building, but at some point you just have to go live, meet companies, talk to people, sell the actual product that you're building, which is a whole new phase, so to speak. Also compared to crypto. I mean, obviously crypto, we did trading, we talk with projects, we do a lot of things, but it's never really, I never had to go to a company and say, okay, this is what we can create for you.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a whole different and a new phase, which I find quite exciting.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
And finally, we talked about this before, and I think in a podcast as well, the more work you do for a company like that, the more results you're going to get.
Yeah.
And I felt like with crypto for the last year, we had zero to almost little impact on what our portfolios would do, how we would do, compared to the time we would invest into it.
Yeah.
And I'm noticing that I'm kind of done with not having the impact.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's very, you can work for years and make the return in a month, but you can also work for a long time and nothing happens.
Exactly. Yeah.
I know.
You make one bad play or one, I mean, it's the opposite as well. If you make one proper play, you can actually make a lot of money in crypto.
Yeah.
And, I mean, my life has changed a lot because of crypto. So, for me, it went on a proper, the plus side. But I feel like sometimes I feel like we're building something, which in the end won't really have that much value. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I understand that very much, yeah.
Whereas if we are building a company that we're busy with right now, it's actually becoming a company that we are able to create something, we do something. It feels as if it's an actual company.
Yeah.
And that's a big difference.
Yeah, I agree. Fully agree with that.
But yeah, I mean, we're still in crypto, talk a bit about crypto, do a lot of things about crypto. So I feel like we should be doing that. But for me, it's still, the flame is a little bit, it's a bit like this. And I hope we get a good run happening anytime soon or within months or whatever to have the flame
comes back,
ignite. Yeah. And until then, we're just going to focus on AI and other businesses.
Yeah. Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah. And enjoy a bit of the sun.
Yeah.
So one final thing that I want to talk about, Fritz, is next episode we're going to do a new thing with our partner, Bybit.
Yeah.
Shout out to Bybit. The exchange we've been using. We're going to set up a grid bot, which is basically automated trading. And we've talked about this in the podcast episode. So for the ones that are listening and want to know, check out the podcast episode. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what it's going to do, whether we're going to make some money, lose some money. They're actually going to come up with some campaigns for us, for all the listeners. So they need to check it out in the description. Yeah, I'm excited.
Nice. Me too. Let's get it live. Yeah.
All right, then. Time to go back to work. Enjoy a bit more of the sun.
Yeah.
See you next week.
Yeah.